Hi! Welcome to the YouTube video with more SCP Deep Dive. If you don't know my channel or you're new to it, I have a whole playlist where I'm diving into the world of SCPs because I didn't know anything about it before until my community realized I must be indoctrinated. So, join us as we continue our adventure. This time, we have one called SCP-049, Plague Doctor. If you want to pick out which SCP I watch next, comment it down in the comments below. I check them out every single day, so the more often I see the same ones suggested, the more likely I'm going to go check it out. So don't feel like, oh, someone already suggested it. No, the more often people suggest the same ones, the more likely I'm going to see it. Anyways, let's jump on into it. Link to the original video is in the description below. We support the Volgun on this channel because their content is so goddamn good. The narration, everything is so good.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Everyone.
Hi.
My name is Dr. Miller.
Dr. Miller.
And the SCP we're going to be studying today is SCP-49.
Okay.
Object Class, Euclid.
Euclid.
Special Containment Procedures. SCP-49 is contained within a standard secure humanoid containment cell in Research Sector 2 at Site 19.
Okay.
SCP-49 must be sedated before any attempts to transport it.
Okay.
During transport, SCP-49 must be secured within a Class 3 humanoid restriction harness, including a locking collar and extension restraints.
Kinky.
And monitored by no fewer than 2 armed guards. While SCP-49 is generally cooperative with most Foundation personnel, outbursts or sudden changes in behavior are to be met with elevated force. Under no circumstances should any personnel come into direct contact with SCP-49 during these outbursts.
I wonder what triggers the outbursts for it to even happen.
The event SCP-49 becomes aggressive, the application of lavender, L-multifida, has been shown to produce a calming effect on the entity.
Okay.
Once calmed, SCP-49 generally becomes compliant and will return to containment with little resistance.
Okay, cool.
In order to facilitate the ongoing containment of SCP-49.
I just want to point out that my chat's ghetto as shit. Someone goes, someone steps on his J's. The other person goes, someone stole his Jello. Y'all motherfuckers are such a reflection of myself. It's crazy. You know what they tell you as a content creator? Like, whatever you make your community is a reflection of yourself. Like, that's wild. Like, y'all really me for real. God damn.
9. The entity is to be provided with a corpse of a recently deceased animal, typically a bovine or large.
Huh? The entity is to be provided with a corpse of a recently deceased animal. Okay, I heard him right. That threw me off.
Mammal, once every 2 weeks for study. Corpses that become instances of SCP-49-2 are to be removed from SCP-49's containment cell and incinerated.
Okay.
SCP-49 is no longer permitted to interact with human subjects, and requests for human subjects are to be denied.
Okay.
Temporary Containment Procedure Update. See Addendum 49.3. Per Containment Committee Order 049.S19.17.1, SCP-49 is no longer permitted to interact directly with any members of Foundation staff, nor is it to be provided with any additional corpses to be used in its surgeries. This order shall persist indefinitely.
Holy hell.
Until such time a consensus regarding the ongoing containment of SCP-49 can be reached.
That's creepy as shit. Okay.
Description.
Yep.
SCP-49 is a humanoid entity, roughly 1.9 meters in
height,
which
tall.
bears the appearance of a medieval plague doctor.
That's
While
cool.
SCP-49 appears to be wearing thick robes, and the ceramic mask indicative of that profession, the garments instead seem to have grown out of SCP-49's body over time.
Oh, that's cool. It's just a part of its body. It's not even that it's got the drip. Oh.
And are now nearly indistinguishable from whatever form is beneath them. X-rays indicate that despite this, SCP-49 does have a humanoid skeletal structure beneath its outer layer.
That's cool. Okay.
SCP-49 is capable of speech in a variety of languages, though it tends to prefer English or medieval French.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
While SCP-49 is generally cordial and cooperative
medieval
with
English
Foundation
worked. Medieval English worked like that because generally English is spoken more by the poors. So, and then it ended up flipping the other direction later on in the history of literature, which is cool. So, yeah, the Uno reverse happened eventually for English, but originally.
Staff, it can become easily irritated or at times outright aggressive if it feels that it is in the presence of what it calls the pestilence.
I mean, yeah, French was spoke by the upper class until the switch happened for languages. But yeah, so that's the reason why you would have it, because within the kingdoms itself and within the lords as well, French was commonly used. But medieval French was fucked, and then the switch happened, which is cool. It's cool how like the history of English itself was a constant flipping of which like Latin-based languages are going to be a W and which one's going to be seen as the pores.
Although the exact nature of this pestilence is currently unknown to Foundation researchers, it does seem to be an issue of immense concern to SCP-49.
What kind of pestilence he got, though?
will become hostile with individuals it sees as being affected by the pestilence, often having to be restrained should it encounter such. If left unchecked, SCP-49 will generally attempt to kill any such individual. SCP-49 is capable of causing all biological functions of an organism to cease through direct skin contact. How this occurs is currently unknown, and autopsies of SCP-49's victims have invariably been inconclusive. SCP-49 has expressed frustration or remorse after these killings, indicating that they have done little to kill the pestilence, though will usually seek to perform a crude surgery on the corpse using the implements contained within a black doctor's bag it carries on its person.
What? Hold on. Is capable of causing all biological functions of an organism to cease through the direct skin contact. Even though this occurs, it's currently unknown. The autopsy of 49's victims are invariably been inconclusive. 49 has expressed frustration or remorse after these killings, indicating that they have done little to kill the pestilence. They're well, usually then they perform a crude surgery on the corpse using the implements contained within the black doctor's bag it carries on its personal item. Okay. Fuck. That fucked me up for a second. I reread it because it's like my brain went on pause. You ever happen to y'all? When you hear something and you're like, did I get that right? And then I just checked it again. Because the thing that confused me was the fact that it felt frustration or remorse after the killings, indicating that it had done little to kill the pestilence. And I was like, oh shit. That was interesting. That's why I went back.
Indicating that they have done little to kill the pestilence, though will usually seek to perform a crude surgery on the
I rewinded it, by the way.
Using the implements contained within a black doctor's bag it carries on its person at all times. While these surgeries are not always successful, they often result in the creation of instances of SCP-49-2.
Yep.
SCP-49-2 instances are reanimated corpses that have been operated on by SCP-49.
That's so fucking cool.
These instances do not seem to retain any of their prior memories or mental functions, having only basic motor skills and response mechanisms. While these instances are generally inactive, moving very little, and in a generally ambulatory fashion, they can become extremely aggressive if provoked, or if directed to by SCP-49.
Holy shit, that's cool! So either provoked, they're like, meh, or if if they command it. 49 could be like, get them hoes, motherfuckers, get them hoes! God damn it, that's so cool!
SCP-49-2 instances express active biological functions, though these are vastly different from currently understood human physiology. Despite these alterations, SCP-49 often remarks that the subjects have been cured. Addendum 49.1 Discovery. SCP-49 was discovered during the investigation of a series of unknown disappearances in the town of Montauban in southern France. During a raid on a local home, investigators found several instances of SCP-49-2 as well as SCP-49. While law enforcement personnel engaged the hostile 49-2 instances, SCP-49 was noted as watching the engagement and taking notes in its journal.
Oh, damn, he's studying!
After all the 49-2 instances were dispatched, SCP-49 willingly entered Foundation custody. The following interview was conducted by Dr. Raymond Ham during the initial investigation. Interviewer, Dr. Raymond Ham, Site 85. Interviewee, SCP-49. Playing log, now.
Alors, comment devrions-nous commencer une introduction?
Is that French? Can we get a translator?
The King's English. No need for translation, sir. I can speak it well enough.
Good. My name is Dr. Raymond Ham, and I...
Ah, a doctor. A like-minded individual, no doubt. Wherein is your speciality, sir?
Cryptobiology. Why?
A medical man, such as myself. Wonders abound.
I find him hot. This is fucked up. Oh no! I came here to be spooked! No! No! I wanted to be creeped out, but I'm attracted to it. No!
And here, I worried I had been abducted by common street thugs. This place, then, this is your laboratory. I had wondered, as clean as it is, and with such little trace of the pestilence here.
The pestilence? What do you mean?
The scourge. The great dying. Come now. You know the... what is it they call it? No matter. The pestilence, yes. It abounds outside these walls, you know. So many have succumbed, and many more will continue to, until such time as a perfect cure can be developed. Fortunately, I am very close. It is my duty in life to rid the world of it, you see. The cure to end all cures.
Wow.
When you say the great dying, are you talking about the bubonic plague?
I don't know what that is.
I see. Right, well, the entities our agents encountered at the house, they were dead when you encountered them, yes?
I feel like he's trying to cure death. Holy shit. Like...
You reanimated them.
In a manner of speaking, you see things too simply, Doctor. Expand your horizons. Life and death. Sickness and health. These are amateur terms for amateur physicians. There is only one ailment that exists in the world of men, and that is the pestilence, and nothing else. Make no mistake, they were very ill. All of them.
You think you cured those people?
Indeed. My cure is most effective.
But the things we recovered were not human.
Yes, well, it is not a perfect cure, but that will come with...
That's interesting, because I wonder... it's so thought-provoking, because it makes you wonder, like... my first initial thought was, oh, is he trying to cure death because of the reanimation factor? But then I'm like, oh, are you trying to cure the process of thought? To an extent, is why you're taking notes of how it interacts on a primal level? Because, like, in that sense, we all have a sickness, which is our own desires and wants. And it's, like, it's very cool. Like, it could be just so many things, by the fact... Which, like, makes it so much better that he didn't define what pestilence means to him. I'm gonna be super honest with you. I don't know what the fuck happened to me. That was crazy. It was like, I just started coughing, but I wasn't choking on anything or anything. Ugh. That felt terrible.
And further experimentation. I have spent a lifetime developing my methods, Dr. Ham, and will spend a lifetime more.
It's the Scourge.
Now, we have wasted too much time. There is work to do. I will require a laboratory of my own, one where I can continue my research.
Yeah.
And assistance, of course, though I can provide those on my own. In time.
Oh, I don't think our organization would be willing to...
Nonsense. We are all men of science. Fetch your coat and show me to my quarters, Doctor. Our work begins now.
Holy shit. He's kind of daddy.
Interviewer's note. While SCP-49 is capable of communicating in a very human way, there is a strange sense of unease that one experiences when in its presence. Make no mistake, there is something very uncanny about this entity, indeed. Additionally, we've confiscated that pointed stick that SCP-49 keeps waving around. Part of this was due to standard confiscation protocols for the possession of anomalies, and part because 49 really is a menace, swinging it around like he does. The entity was displeased at first, but after we made some concessions in providing it with test subjects, which are admittedly more for the benefit of our own research, it warmed up to the idea.
Alright, we negotiating, fair enough.
Addendum 49.2. Observation Log.
Okay.
While in containment at Site-19, SCP-49 has spent a considerable amount of time studying and performing surgery on the various mammalian corpses it had been provided. SCP-49 will routinely spend several days performing surgery, and then, regardless of whether or not the corpse
They took my
becomes an
man's
instance
pimp
of
cane.
SCP-49-2, spending several more days documenting its findings in a thick leather journal stored within its doctor's bag. SCP-49 will often seek to share its findings with members of Foundation staff.
Oh!
The following is a
That's
log
nice.
of several occasions during which SCP-49 was observed operating on a mammalian corpse.
At least he's like, loves to get the information out.
49.OL.1. Summary. Subject, SCP-49. Preface. A test subject, D-85-123, was introduced into SCP-49's containment cell. The entity expressed sincere gratitude towards all members of the containment and research staff. Observation notes. SCP-49
We all know what's gonna happen when a D-class walks in. Fuck.
49 began by asking D-85-123 several standard medical questions as it began removing tools from its bag. Shortly after finishing its preparations, SCP-49 quickly closed the distance between the two, killing the subject with a touch to its throat. Afterwards, SCP-49 made a number of considerable alterations to the basic structure of the subject's corpse, often introducing fluids from within its bag into the subject by way of a hand-powered pump and copper tubing.
That's so fucking
the
cool.
49-2 instance became animated, flailing and grasping at the walls of the chamber with a number of manufactured limbs while moaning out of an oblong orifice now present in its sternum.
Oh! It's coming. Oh, yuck.
49 was observed taking notes of the instance in its journal and remarking to the watching research staff about the efficacy of its cure.
Yeah.
Security personnel entered the chamber to move SCP-49 back to containment and were attacked by the instance. The security team dispatched the 49-2 instance, and SCP-49 returned to containment with no resistance, stating that it was pleased with the results.
Jesus
Observation
Christ.
log 49.OL.2 Summary. Subject, SCP-49. Preface. SCP-49 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased goat. SCP-49 expressed gratitude at the provision. Observation notes. SCP-49 operated on the goat corpse for several days, eventually resulting in an instance of SCP-49-2. SCP-49 expressed pleasure in this outcome, though admitted the disease was still in its nascent stage. My veterinarian practice is rudimentary, but the patient responded well to the procedure.
Holy shit.
Observational log 49.OL.3 Summary. Subject.
Okay, now, like, I started off, like, liking him a lot, and now I'm getting more creeped out. Now that they're actually going into, like, the subjects he's affecting, and, like, what's happening in his surgeries, now I'm starting to get real creeped out. Before, I was like, oh my god, he's Zaddy! Oh my god! And I'm like, oh no. He's creepy as shit. Oh no.
SCP-49. Preface. SCP-49 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased orangutan. SCP-49 expressed noted gratitude at the provision due to the similarities between the orangutan and common human physiology. Observation notes. SCP-49 spent several days operating on the orangutan, reanimating it several times. However, SCP-49 appeared to be discontent with the results it experienced, returning to the creature 3 times after its initial reanimation for additional work. After it was unable to reanimate the corpse a 5th time, SCP-49 turned the corpse over to Foundation staff for incineration, stating, "I have learned so much from this, though I fear my early optimism was misplaced. I hadn't yet come across such a stumbling block on my road to the cure. More subjects like this would do a great deal in advancing my research." Observational log 49.0L.7. Full. Subject, SCP-49. Preface, SCP-49 was provided the corpse of a recently deceased bovine. SCP-49 expressed mild annoyance at the provision, though it accepted it nonetheless. Observation notes. SCP-49 spent several days operating on the bovine corpse, breaking only to dine on a requested dinner of thin crackers, salted pork, and hard cheese, beginning first by embalming the
He likes cheese! Good enough for me!
corpse. SCP-49 was observed producing a number of long syringes from its bag, each containing a different dark viscous fluid. SCP-49 described these fluids as essences of the humors, and elaborated by saying the pestilence may bring about a systemic imbalance. In such case, before true healing can begin, one must find the humors in balance, or the body will reject the cure. Over the next few days, SCP-49 spent a considerable amount of time adjusting the organs of the bovine corpse with a number of large metal instruments. After 8 days, SCP-49 produced a lightning rod, which Dr. Ham exchanged for an electric cattle prod attached to an extension cord, and struck the corpse in several locations.
Holy shit!
This action seemingly had the effect of reanimating the bovine, which once again became ambulatory, despite the inversion of the head and reorientation of its limbs.
Oh, fuck! He treated that shit like a Mr. Potato Head! Oh, he started flipping all of his shit! And then brought him back, oh!
And this is a follow-up interview to the previous observation logs. Playing log, now.
We've watched you work for several weeks now, and honestly, I'm not sure I understand what you're doing. Could you describe your process in detail?
Oh, goodness no. The process is most intensive. As I said to your assistant, the best instruction you will find about my methods are here, in my journals, as I have kept exhaustive records of my work there.
Oh, I see. Well, my concern, Doctor, is that we still don't understand what you're seeking to cure, or how it manifests, or how turning these creatures into quasi-living, mindless drones helps in that effort.
You do not understand the pestilence, even after all this time. Doctor, it is an unspeakable horror.
Okay.
One that has shown its true face many times before, and will again.
Okay, you got me,
I
okay.
find myself blessed with the wisdom and good senses needed to root it out and destroy it. But many, like yourself, cannot. It is a cruel judgment, I fear, to be at the mercy of a disease you cannot fully comprehend.
That still doesn't answer my question. How's your cure any kind of cure at all?
It is a cure. You may laugh at my efforts if you please, but do not besmirch the good name of scientific progress that has developed this great mercy.
Okay, damn.
What you short-sightedly see here is a life better than any this creature could have hoped for. Stricken as it was with the pestilence, this creature is now clean.
What?
Able to spread the pestilence and free from the terror it would have experienced otherwise.
This is hardly a creature at all, Doctor. It's not even...
Do not jape with me, sir. You and your colleagues
Oh.
are like so many others, unable to look past minor setbacks to see the salvation taking place before your very eyes.
You know what, though? He's kind of spitting for a second. Yeah, he does. He's kind of spitting for a second. Because, like, we all know that, like, the higher-ups... my brain just went super fucking blank. In the, oh my god, my words are failing me! Help! Whatever, you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention the O5, but sure, we'll mention them too. I was just talking about I wouldn't call it, what do you call, like, organization! Fuck, I couldn't think of what the word organization was. Sorry, that just happens from time to time. The whole organization itself constantly does things that have major setbacks. Foundation! Fuck yeah, thank you. You're the one. You got me. Yeah, the Foundation constantly does stuff that has major setbacks and has setbacks in general. But then they adapt and keep learning over and over again. So if anything, they should empathize and understand with him being fucking psychotic and doing a bunch of shit. Because they are psychotic and do a bunch of shit. You know?
Do you wait to remove rotten timbers until the whole collapses on top of you?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying too, is that, like, when my first interpretation is that, like, is he trying to cure death? And, like, the pestilence to him is the fact that things die. And curing it of death, and how people can't see that death is around the corner, and yet he's the one who can understand that death is around the corner. Is, like, a huge thing for him.
No. You find them, and then you pull them out and replace them with those untouched by rot. And most of all, you do not simply mock the structure because it now looks different to you. It is strong. It is free of disease.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to agitate you. I'm just trying to understand.
Yes. Well, do mind your words in the future, Doctor. I am a professional, but even professionals may feel the bite of pride in dealing with criticism of their masterpiece. I will forgive this as an act of good faith between colleagues.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Holy shit.
No, that will be all. Another test subject on the usual schedule. You know my preference of subjects with more human anatomies.
Attending researchers note, SCP-49 does seem...
Someone in chat just asked, do you think the Mandela Catalog is controlled by SCP? I don't even know what the Mandela Catalog is. My friend just sent me a link to it. So, I'm gonna say no until I know what it's about. I don't know. My friend just sent me a link. It's not like I've watched it yet.
to genuinely want to help other humans, though it has not yet been able to provide a concrete example of what exactly it is trying to save us all from. I have watched it now for several weeks, and while the outcomes do not seem to ever change, SCP-49 continues to claim that it is growing closer to its perfect cure. I think the entity may be more aware of the reality of these outcomes than it would like us to think. Addendum 49.3 April 16th, 2017 Incident. Starting shortly after SCP-49's initial containment, Dr. Ham conducted a number of interviews with the subject regarding its anomalous properties.
Yep, okay.
And over time, began to note its displeasure with its subjects and SCP-49-2 instances. This continued for a period of several months, during which SCP-49 never exhibited any aggressive behaviors. On April 16, 2017, as Dr. Ham was entering SCP-49's test chamber to conduct another routine interview, the entity began to grow anxious and asked Dr. Ham if he was feeling well. Following protocol, Dr. Ham reminded SCP-49 that the interview was required, after which the entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham.
What the fuck? Hold on, one more time for the one time. What?
Protocol,
Holy
Dr. Ham
shit.
reminded SCP-49 that the interview was required, after which the entity became hostile and attacked Dr. Ham, killing him. Due to a lapse in security protocol and because Dr. Ham did not activate the in-chamber emergency system, Dr. Ham's corpse was not discovered until 3 hours later, by which point SCP-49 had converted it into an instance of SCP-49-2. In the aftermath of this incident, SCP-49 was interviewed by Dr. Theron Sherman. Playing log, now.
I need you to explain yourself. SCP-049, you are being directed to explain your actions, and I will remind you that failure
Holy
to cooperate
shit.
will result in further restrictions during your containment.
My actions do not need to be explained.
You killed Raymond Ham, and then butchered him until he...
Not dead. No, not dead. He is cured.
Cured?
Holy
Cured of what?
shit.
Pestilence, sir. I had thought you, at least, would realize what luck it is. I detected it before.
What pestilence? You keep going on and on about this pestilence, but you have not once been able to properly identify this disease. What could you have possibly seen in him today that you had not seen so many times before? That it would be worth his life?
The pestilence presents and progresses in unforeseeable fashions, and has a queer way of creeping into the unprepared. And call it what you want, Doctor. It was a mercy I did to him. He is cured.
He is a vegetable.
Holy fuck. Someone put it really well in chat earlier, but I kind of overlooked it because I was like kind of focused on what they were talking about. But someone was talking about like decay in general. Maybe he noticed something, like maybe he can like sense when people's bodies are failing them. Like animals getting diseases, or like us having like heart failure, or us having like limitations within our own bodies, like something comes up. Even that of a common cold. Aging could count too, actually. Aging could count too, yeah. And the more that, like... But reanimating it makes it so whatever it is in a stasis, because it's dead. But it's reanimated, so technically, it's in a stasis now, where no one have to worry about it, it's perpetual. Right?
I would not expect you to understand. You and your ilk have proven time and time again not to be men of science, but men of emotion. You cannot appreciate the horrors I have seen. Those many millions who have succumbed to the pestilence and been changed.
Your cure cost Ray his life.
No, good sir. I have saved it. You would allow this world to slip back into the despair of disease and death, ignoring that I have created a miracle. And
What disease? What pestilence? He was a healthy man. He was a good doctor.
I'm offering it freely to the afflicted. You are not worth this argument, sir.
Damn!
Short-sighted and foolish.
He said you a shitty bitch. I ain't explaining any further. You wouldn't even understand. You're too emotional. Oh my god.
Dr. Ham was sick, and I cured him. I am the only one who can do this. My work must continue. There is still so much to learn, so much.
I've had enough of this.
And
Consider your allowances
can be
revoked.
saved. Even you.
Welcome to containment, 049.
Might be saved.
We're done here.
I can save them all. I can cast down this plague once and for all. I can do this. Only me. I saved him. Dr. Ham. I cured him. He was
Holy
sick.
shit.
I know he was sick. I know he was. And you are all sick, but I can save you. I can save all of you because I am the cure.
Oh, like the band?
Addendum 49.4. Post-incident report interview. The following interview is an excerpt from the April 16th, 2017 49 incident report. The interview was conducted by Dr. Elijah Itkin and took place 3 weeks after the start of the initial investigation. Playing now.
Oh yeah, the voice acting is incredible. I love the way that the Volgan's channel just nails it every time. Like, you get so immersed in the story. It feels so cohesive. It's just really satisfying.
SCP-049, we are conducting this interview to close out our investigation of your actions taken on April 16th that resulted in the death of a staff member. Do you have any comments to make? Only that I look forward to the day when you will allow me to resume my work. I have spent the last few weeks compiling my notes and constructing a new theory for how the pestilence was able to infect someone in such an insidious manner that I nearly couldn't detect it. Have you experienced any remorse for your actions? For the death of Dr. Ham? Ah, yes. Well, the death of a colleague is always regrettable. But in the face of the pestilence, we must be swift, Doctor, and act without hesitation. Dr. Sherman noted in his report that you seemed to be mournful during your initial interview. Mourn? Perhaps. I had not thought that. It is lamentable that a fellow doctor became infected, but the work continues. Regrettable as it was, Dr. Ham's death provided important insight.
Okay.
Living human subjects are the only way to proceed forward, I am decided. My cure is of little use on dead flesh, and I have gleaned all I can from your generous supply of corpses. My desires turn towards tending to those still living who suffer from the disease. I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed. Oh, Doctor. I wouldn't be so sure.
Oh, that's creepy. Oh, that's creepy at the end. Oh, hell no.
I think that about does it for today.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Thank you all for listening, if indeed you still are.
Oh,
and you are all
no.
dismissed. Goodbye.
No. He was already asked if it was the bubonic plague, and he goes, "Nah, I don't even know what that is. No, that's not what it's supposed to be here. It's beyond that. It's way beyond that." That's fucked, though.
Hi, everyone.
That was so good. Oh, I loved it. God damn. Dude, I'm just like sitting here thinking about it all too. I love thought-provoking ones, man. This is gonna be one of those ones where you're like laying in bed thinking about it after being like, shit, shoddy. What the fuck? Oh, and the way that like the ending, like, oh, that was so eerie the way he ended it too. That's wild. That was so fun. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, YouTube. We'll catch you in the next one. I talked a little bit less this time around, but I think I was just vibing. I was just vibing a lot to it. So thanks for watching. Original videos linked in the description below. Thanks for all your love and support always. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!